Hey guys, what is going on? Welcome back to the Zero Excuses podcast. My name is Kenny Ziska. Thank you for tuning in. You're listening to our Wheelbook Wednesday edition of the show. This is a short show where I share some thoughts that I've had over the past week, stuff that I have jotted down in my wheelbook so that I can share it with you, help you build the discipline and take the actions necessary to reach your goals. So today what I want to share with you are a few simple steps that you can take to help bulletproof the plans that you've been making, and so that if any bumps in the road happen along the way here while you're going along with your 2018 plans, that first bump doesn't throw you off track and you find yourself in the same situation that you found yourself in year after year, perhaps dropping that New Year's resolution that you made or whatever it may be. I want to make sure that you guys are equipped with the tools and the resources necessary to see your plans through. So I'm going to lead this off by sharing with you a quote. I'm sure most of you have heard it before, but I think it's very useful to lead this off here with. But Mike Tyson once said, "Everyone has a plan until they get punched in the face." You know, what this says to me is that disruptions to our plan are simply going to happen. And the key to success here is to anticipate some of these punches that might get thrown our way so that we're not caught off guard, so that they don't derail our plans. So enough on that. Let's just jump right into it here. The first simple tactic that I have to share with you is to visualize yourself executing these plans. And I don't mean just sit down and daydream about it. Actively sit down in a quiet, distraction-free place and get yourself into a bit of a meditative state. Just close your eyes and try and let go of all the thoughts and busyness that you've been experiencing throughout the day and concentrate on this, whatever this effort is that you're going to partake in, whether it's a fitness plan or a nutrition plan or whatever it may be. Just visualize yourself executing this plan and think about all of the situations that may come up. Maybe you're at a party with lots of pizza, cake, whatever it may be. How are you going to respond to these different situations that may come up throughout the year that may derail you from whatever plan you may have come up with? Then write down each one of those situations that you came up with during this visualization exercise, and then craft an appropriate response to each of these situations. Now, don't get me wrong, many of these exact situations may not come up exactly how you envision them coming up. However, you've started priming your brain and started thinking about how you could respond, and you'll be that much further ahead and further prepared once a situation does pop up. You can think a lot easier on your feet, and you've already done a lot of these contingency plans in the back of your mind. The second step here is again, this is something that I've touched on recently on the podcast here, but give yourself a reality check. What skills am I lacking? Am I being over optimistic about my abilities to accomplish certain aspects of this plan? Have I allowed for enough time, or am I overestimating how much time something is going to take? It's always great to take a step back and take a 30,000 foot view and keep an eye on the big picture here. Look over some of your past plans too, to get a sense of where you typically are being overly optimistic or underly optimistic, and where you've gotten tripped up before, so that you can apply those lessons learned to this new plan that you're coming up with. The third tip here I have for you is to review your plan with someone that you trust. And I would caution you against having that trustworthy person be someone that's a direct family member, like your wife or your husband or your mother, your father, brother, girlfriend, whoever it may be. I would get outside of that circle and find people that will that won't bullshit you, that will give you straight answers and will tell you what you need to hear. If they think you are off your rocker with a plan, you need to find people that will tell you that you're completely off in left field. And there's some simple places that you can look to find people like that. First is just simply a coworker. And then you can also join masterminds or hire a coach that will give you unadulterated advice and opinions and feedback on whatever your plans may be. And the fourth step that I like to take to bulletproof my plans is to communicate my plan and establish boundaries around that plan. Some of the biggest reasons that I've fallen short on some of my plans is because I've failed to effectively communicate what my plans are. And the other thing is that other people may intrude on my time unknowingly because I didn't communicate what I was trying to accomplish. And they also didn't understand effectively what their roles were in my plan. So don't be shy about sharing your plans. Like if you're trying to start a side hustle, if you're trying to start a business and you still have a full-time job, there is no reason for you to not share that plan with your employer. And the last step here is to always perform a hot wash-up or after action review after you take any sort of action or complete a subtask during executing your plan here. It builds your library of experiences to draw from for future plans. And it also ensures that you are doing these mini reality checks along the way, so that if you do find yourself starting to veer off track or starting to slow down, or you can catch that type of stuff before it gets completely out of hand and it completely derails you. Alrighty guys, that's all I have for you today. Couple last things that I want to mention before I completely sign off here is, first, don't forget to check out our closed Facebook group over at facebook.com/groups/zeroexcuses. And if you're looking to join a brotherhood of men who are putting these very tactics into action and building plans and executing on these plans and living out their vision so they can live life exactly on their terms, I encourage you to check out our Infinite Results Mastermind group over at kennyziska.com/results. Inside there, you'll find the tools and the accountability and the resources necessary for you to build the rock-solid discipline necessary to get you exactly what you want out of life. And if you are really looking to invest the time, the energy, and the resources necessary to reach these goals, and you need that one-on-one attention, that I have a very limited amount of openings in my discipline coaching program. You can apply for that over at kennyziska.com/discipline. You'll have the opportunity to fill out a short application and schedule a 60-minute consultation to see if we are a good fit to work together. And lastly here, if you simply just want to support the show, the biggest thing that you can do for me right now is to simply share this with a friend or family member who you would think would benefit from listening to this podcast and listening to the information that we are sharing and hearing the interviews that we have on this show. You can just head on over to iTunes and click the share icon. And also while you're there, don't forget to subscribe and leave us a review and rating. That helps people find us. And the other way you can support the show is that I just launched an Amazon shop where I have selected some books and other miscellaneous products that I use on a daily basis. You can check that out at amazon.com/shop/zeroexcuses. All right, guys, thanks again. I really appreciate your support, and I will talk with you again soon.